I want to assure and encourage everyone to come downtown, to continue to enjoy these festivities, to do all that you had planned to do while you were in our city. And if you're a resident of the city, do all that you had planned to do when you decided to come down and enjoy our great downtown. With that, to get into the specifics to the extent in which he can, I want to bring up our police chief, Paul Pazin, to talk about the situation.
Mayor, thank you. Couldn't have said it better. I'm going to give a brief update, kind of where we are at this day and time from what we can share. I think the mayor hit on it very well, that there are parts of this investigation that we do not know. We are committed to trying to figure that out with our partners, both our local partners and our federal partners. Our investigators are working tirelessly to identify exactly what was going on, but we can't share with you information that we don't have. So let me begin here and remind folks of kind of what happened. So on Friday, July 5th, thanks to an astute employee and a team of employees, they alerted the police department about a suspicious situation. Our officers, our investigators immediately took action and were able to ultimately obtain 2 search warrants for 2 of the hotel rooms at the Maven Hotel. We arrested 4 individuals for various crimes, primarily the crime of felon in possession of a weapon. We refer to it as possession of a weapon by previous offender. These individuals were safely taken into custody without incident. We recovered evidence that supports that crime, and we're continuing a very detailed and thorough investigation with our local and federal partners to identify exactly what occurred. We recognize, right, the fact that it's a Sunday and y'all are here, the community concern. We understand that here we're opening Denver back up for business. We have the great fortune of having the All-Star Game in our beautiful city, and we want to reassure folks that the safety department, all aspects of the safety department, the police department, the fire department, the Denver Sheriff's Department, our federal partners, the Colorado Rockies, that we have a very detailed and comprehensive plan to ensure the safety of our community members. And what we saw take place on the 5th is the system working. You saw people that saw something, they said something, and the appropriate response took place. With that, we're committed to ensure that the rest of the All-Star festivities are safe, as well as the rest of our city, our community, is safe, and we'll work tirelessly to do that. We'll just remind folks the importance of seeing something suspicious, not discounting that, taking action, stepping up in doing this. We want to thank the entire staff there at the Maven Hotel for doing things the right way. I'm also proud of our team and how they responded to this situation. I'm confident that we are safer today than we were previous to this incident, and we're going to make sure that that continues. Thank you.
Before we do a Q&A, we're going to ask our Director of Safety, Deputy Mayor Murphy Robinson, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, the police chief and the mayor said it well. I'm just extremely proud of the Denver Police Department and all the agencies that have been involved with this, because it really exemplifies the partnership between community and the police department and the ability to stop any type of threat, whether it be a crime occurring or whether it be something bigger. And I'll tell you, it's really nice to be able to speak to you all about something that was mitigated, something that was stopped in terms of just a crime that would occur, whatever that crime may be. And so I just want to reiterate that this is how it is supposed to work. I know the chief said it, I know the mayor said it, but this is how our system is set up. This is how our police department can really work with the public and making sure that we are investigating everything that you tell us. So when you see something, say something. I know that you've heard that, but I'm going to say it again. I also want to say this. We prepared for this. As a major city in the United States of America, we prepare for these type of incidences. Our police department trains for these type of incidences all the time. You have the best of the best when it comes to the police department in the Denver city and county. And when we talked about doing the All-Star Game, when we talk about doing any of the major events we held, whether it's the DNC, whether it's the former All-Star Games, we always know that threats such as these or any other type of threat, whether it be a medical call, whether it be a call for service of any type, we prepare for those. So I want you all to know that we will always be prepared to handle incidents such as this. We will always be working with our federal and our state partners to make sure that we are working cohesively and continuously with them. But most off, we want you to worry about having fun at the events that we're taking place. I would tell you, the chief would tell you, and the mayor would tell you, if there was anything else that we would be worried about in terms of these events. And I want to reiterate that you are safe. We want you to come to downtown. We want you to enjoy the festivities that we are having because we truly believe that the system worked in this instance. With that said, we'll take question and answer.
Come on, Chief.
What was it, did you, in the original, when you originally went on this case, did you think that it might have been a terrorist act? And what made you think that? I'm wondering how it went down. Were there people in the room when the arrest happened? How did that all unfold?
So thank you very much. Appreciate the question. And really, oftentimes when officers respond to any call for service, you're coming into that with a limited amount of information. And here is, without giving any of the specific tactics, we made sure that we were verifying information. And again, commending the staff for their quick work, but our investigators, they identified additional information that helped us get this successful resolution. Being able to arrest individuals that were prohibited from owning firearms. There's a reason why this law exists in the first place. There's a reason why their actions in their past have prohibited them from owning a firearm. So being able to safely resolve a situation like this is something that we're very thankful for. But again, operating on limited information, really vetting that, verifying that, got us to where we were on Friday, July 9th. And this investigation continues, and that's what we'll do. We'll continue to, as information comes in, verify, vet, make sure that it is accurate. And to the extent possible, we will share that information with our community.
I'd like to ask a slightly more specific question. I think we all know we're here because one local news organization reported that police sources said that you all feared a, quote, Las Vegas style attack. Did your department ever fear a Las Vegas style attack?
So we're all here to talk about our planning. We're here to talk about an operation that took place on the 9th, a successful operation of being able to take 4 individuals into custody and recover weapons. We don't know what we don't know. That's what the investigation is all about. We need to identify exactly, to the extent possible, why individuals were here in the first place, why proximity to downtown, and we don't have those answers. What I can say is that through the great work of the staff at the Maven and the great work by our officers, that this is a safer city. Taking guns off the street, taking narcotics off the street is a good thing for the people of Denver, and we will continue to work tirelessly to keep our city safe through All-Star Weekend and beyond.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Will the suspects face federal charges? Do we know that, and why or why not they may face these charges?
Excellent question. And what I can say is that we are working very closely with our federal partners. If federal charges are appropriate, then that will take place. But we're still so early on in this investigation, we can't say one way or another. But through a detailed investigation, through that partnership and collaboration, working together is how we will ensure that this is filed in the most appropriate venue.
What did staff see?
Go ahead, right here.
Jim, I know it's only been 2 days, but are you able to rule out a plot for a mass shooting? And if so, was this some sort of guns for drugs deal? I know there's people who are skeptical that someone, would rent a room with the view of Coors Field. There's a ton of weapons in there with ammunition and body armor, et cetera, et cetera. So can you share, ensure that this was not a plot for a mass shooting? I think it's a question a lot of people want to know.
This is a question that our community wants to know. This is certainly the question that everybody in this room wants to know. We don't make it a practice to rule things out, right? When you're talking about an investigation, you want to make sure that you're looking at every possible angle. What I can say is that we have recovered weapons and we have recovered narcotics. Anything beyond that, speculating as to what an individual's intent is, I can't do that. We can't do that. That's what a detailed and thorough investigation hopefully will get us those answers.
Did they make any statements to the effect that they were planning shooting and recovered any written materials of theirs that they were planning shooting? Is there anything to suggest a shooting, mass shooting?
Suicide note?
So, great questions. Those would be details that would be part of an investigation. This investigation really has just gotten started, and there's a lot of questions that we all have. It would be inappropriate for me to share details of an investigation because it could jeopardize the case. And what we're looking for is, first and foremost, you heard it from the mayor, you heard it from the safety director, we are focused on keeping our community safe, and we believe the quick work by the hotel staff and our officers has made us safer. Now, we have to ensure that this case is solid, and by oversharing of information, we can jeopardize the accountability that is critical in this type of situation. And so if there are ongoing threats, we certainly will communicate that with our community. What I can say is in this particular situation, we are not aware of any, let me say that again, we are not aware of any ongoing threat related to these individuals or this situation. And if that changes, we will share that information with you.
What specifically did staff see that prompted them to call you guys?
I can just say that the hotel staff is well trained, and they stepped up in a big way. They reported suspicious information, and that information was acted upon in a timely manner. Getting into any details or specifics, again, we need to make sure that we're protecting this investigation. This, as I stated earlier, folks that are prohibited from owning weapons have weapons and have drugs. We want to make sure that this is a solid case, and we're not going to jeopardize that case by oversharing information.
Are you guys looking into any local gang connections?
We are, again, the best way to have an investigation is to not rule out and get narrowly focused in one way or another. What I am saying is that we are turning over every rock, that we are looking in a broad sense to make sure that we can get, to the extent possible, as much information about each one of these individuals and any kind of answers to the questions that our community and each of you have for us.
The FBI has said that they have no reason to believe that his arrests were terrorist connected or connected to a threat to Coors Field or the All-Star game. Do you have information that they don't have that you're not willing to draw that same conclusion?
We are working very closely with our federal partners. I think and maybe I didn't put a fine enough point on this. This situation, these 4 individuals, this specific incident, we believe that there's not an ongoing threat related to this July 9th incident. And we are going to follow where the investigation takes us. We're not going to rule out anything, and we want to make sure that we uncover all of the information available to the best extent possible.
Mayor Hancock, did